What's up guys, Coach Nate here from The Run Experience. 5K race strategy is the name of the game. I'm gonna give you some tips and some tactics and some ways to develop your race plan so that you can show up to the race confident, that you can have a good plan to execute in mind. All right, so when we start thinking about our 5K race, we want to start to mentally visualize how the race is going to go. And when we start mentally visualizing how the race is going to go, we're in effect planning for how it's going to go. And we can start thinking about not just hoping that certain things may or may not occur out there, but we can start to exert our own influence on it and say, hey, this is actually what I want this race to be like. This is how I want it to feel. This is the efforts I want to go. And this is important if the terrain is different or the time of day, if there's a big hill in that thing, like how are you going to tackle that? So having that plan is the greatest place to go. Now, when we think about this plan, we want to think about a few things across the board. Number one is being a little patient, especially in that first mile. It's easy to feel really excited and to go rocketing out with everyone else. But we have to remember that, a 5K, while it is on the shorter side of running races, it ain't a sprint, right? We're going to be out there. A lot of us are going to be out there for 18 to 20 plus minutes, upwards of 30 to 30 plus minutes, right? So I need to think about allotting my effort all the way through. How can I be patient when that adrenaline is surging, with the gun goes off and everyone goes by me? I stick to my, perceived effort. I stick to my pace per mile, whatever I've determined that to be for that first mile, mile and a half. And then what that's going to do is set me up for success in the second half. I'll be able to really dial in and focus on my effort through that bottom part, hopefully catch a few people as I go and cross that finish line feeling really, really good. So the second thing we want to think about is a warm-up. Are we actually going to warm up before our run? Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking, well, wait a minute, if I run and do stuff before the actual 5K, isn't that going to make me more tired and take less energy away? Fortunately not, right? Fortunately, it's actually gonna make ourselves a little bit better for the absolute race. So what we wanna do is give ourselves, a 1 to 2 mile, easy warm up. If you're really concerned, do half a mile to 1 mile, something a little bit lighter and a little bit more moderate, but just something to get your heart rate going, get yourselves elevated. We almost had some guests on. We'll save that for the second episode, don't worry. But we want to get our heart rate going, want to get our body temperature up, because if we don't do that first, that 5K out of the gate is going to feel really, really harsh on the body. The other thing we want to do is add a little dynamic warm-up into our life. Now, if you've been following us for a while, you know that we encourage this for all of your runs. You're doing some things to open up your shoulders back and forth. This is going to promote a little bit of rotation and arm swing. To do the same thing with your legs, some squatting, some leg circles, some leg swings is a great way to open up your hips to basically unlock your natural stride. That's what we're going for. The other thing that's so great to do before your race is it burns some nervous energy. We're always a little hyped up before we go to that starting line. So having a little routine where you do a little warm-up, you do a little stop and pre-race dynamic warm-up routine is gonna get you going. And then finally, I'm gonna finish with a few striders, a few accelerations to race pace or a little bit faster. I finish that all about 10-15 minutes before the start of the race. I should show up with a light sweat. I'm dialed in, I'm ready to go. All right, number 3 is gonna be a little tough love here, especially if you're focused on having a good race or you really care about your time. Please, by all means, avoid those water stations. We don't need to be stopping and consuming a lot of beverages for such a short distance and race. Of course, there are caveats to this. Your 5K is up a mountain. It is ridiculously hot. You really need to stop and drink. By all means, please do so. But if for those of you out there who are concerned about your time and you want to go a little bit faster, cut out that time of stopping to actually drink water. If you're gonna grab water, dump a little on your head. That'll keep the body temperature down. And the other thing you could do is throw a little in your mouth and rinse and spit it out. But try to minimize those water stops so that you are just running and focusing on your pace all the way through. My next tip is one of my favorites. It's one of the things that I love to do, because when I find this person out on the course, then I find them at about a mile and a half in, and we're shoulder to shoulder or pretty close, I glom onto them and I work hard to stay with them the rest of the event. Now, sometimes they're going to be a little faster than you. Sometimes you might be a little bit faster than them, to which you can encourage them to stay with you. So you kind of get that nice, positive kind of karmic race experience going for you. But either way, focusing on someone else a little bit in a positive way can help you not focus as much on your own pain. It can get you open to racing with your community and to everyone else around you. And then when you really need it, those people can bring a little bit of a stronger effort and performance out of you and maybe unlock something that you didn't even know was there. Pretty cool. Finally, the last tip, guys, prepare for that last mile to hurt like a son of a gun, right? It is gonna be a challenge, especially if you've laid it out there, you've been patient, you've warmed up, you've found your race buddy, you've skipped those water stops, and you've set yourself up to really lay it all out there for that last mile to half a mile. When we race, when we improve, racing itself doesn't necessarily get easier, we just get faster. That's gonna be really the drill. And in fact, the more experienced you are as a racer, the more confident in your ability to withstand higher levels of pain for longer periods of time. I know that's kind of the unfortunate, scary thing about running and racing, but that's what attracts us to it in this weird kind of crazy way. So that last mile is gonna hurt. Mentally prepare for it. Once you know it's gonna be there, embrace it. By doing that, it literally won't be as bad. I promise you. You'll get to that finish line, you'll high five your friends, you'll have a great race. Take these tips, run with them, literally, figuratively, you'll love it. Hey, if you like this strategy, you will really like our 2-week quick start guide to running. We have 2 weeks worth of running, strength, and injury prevention workouts just for you, just because you watched this video. How nice is that? All you need to do is click this link at the end of this video or down in the description. It'll take you to this wonderful place that is another web page where you can enter your name and your email, and we'll be able to send you those workouts right to your inbox, and then you'll be able to dig in and start getting better. It'll be incredible. Speaking of, if you like this video, let us know. Hit that like button down below. If you have any comments or questions, you want to talk a little bit more race tactics and strategies, how to throw that sharp elbow every once in a while so no one else is looking, go ahead and drop a comment down below as well. And of course, if you want more videos, more run experience in your life, subscribe to our channel. We got videos coming out at you, each and every week, each and every day on all topics under the sun relating to running, from nutrition, marathon training, injury prevention, run technique, running faster, all that good stuff. Hit that subscribe button. Guys, I gotta run. I'm cold. I gotta go eat lunch. And of course, I'm gonna see you in the next video.